What drives a man of 70 to seek the vibrant energy of youth in the form of a woman half his age? Is it sheer folly or a desperate grasp at the fleeting essence of time? What hidden wounds compel us to chase validation through the eyes of those who cannot fathom the depths of our lived experiences? In a world obsessed with the youth, who pays the price for such pursuits? My dear viewer, we are very lucky to find each other. I suggest you subscribe to my channel that would not miss new releases. And if you like this one, write a comment of 7 words and put a like after 30 seconds and share this video with others. Once upon a time, in a quiet town, lived a man whose years had etched deep lines onto his face, each wrinkle a testament to joys and sorrows, love gained and love lost. With every tick of the clock, he felt the weight of his age, yet his heart still burned with the longing for connection, for meaning. It was a relentless search for purpose that led him to cross paths with a woman radiating an intoxicating vitality, her laughter echoing through the corridors of his weary soul. She was a mere 20 years old, a whirlwind of brightness that seemed to promise an escape from the dull shadows of his existence. At first glance, her youth dazzled him, allowing him to momentarily forget the years that had slipped away like sand through his fingers. He was captivated by her energy, enchanted by the way her presence ignited a flicker of life in his own heart. To him, she was not just a woman. She was the embodiment of everything he once cherished and believed he had lost. Yet, unbeknownst to him, this brilliant light that he perceived was merely a cover for a deeper darkness, a shadow that loomed over the innocence of their connection. As days turned into weeks, the initial thrill of their romance began to reveal cracks. Though he sensed an undercurrent of tension, he swallowed his doubts, silencing the whispers of reason that urged him to reconsider. His heart, still beating with a youthful fervor, yearned to prove to himself that he could still attract and retain the affections of someone so vibrantly alive. This desire morphed into an obsession, a relentless drive to demonstrate that love had not eluded him, that he could still dance in the shimmering light of passion. In those early moments, he basked in her affection as if it were a precious elixir. She showered him with compliments, a soft melody of sweet words that soothed his insecurities. He felt invincible, rejuvenated, as if he were once again the young man who had wide-eyed dreams and boundless possibilities. She could ensnare him with a mere glance, leaving him breathless, hungry for her approval. He treated her like royalty, tending to her every whim with a devotion that bordered on the desperate. However, as the days wore on, her demands began to shift subtly. The playful hints of superiority she once displayed transformed into veiled critiques, wrapped in the guise of wisdom. She encouraged him to pay more attention to his health, insinuating that a man of his age ought to push the boundaries of his physical limitations. At first he chuckled at her remarks, dismissing them as playful banter, but as her comments continued, a creeping doubt began to gnaw at him, like a tiny rodent burrowing into the fabric of his self-worth. "You're too old for this," she would say bluntly, her words slicing through the fragile veil of his self-esteem. With every intimate moment that he believed would affirm his worth, she would remind him of his slowness, of how he could not compete with the vigor of younger men. He sought to defend himself, to paint a picture of love untainted by age, but her criticisms cut deep, rendering him speechless, as he realized that no amount of reassurance could shield him from the harsh reality of her perspective. In those moments of despair, he remembered the confidence that once defined him. "I may not have the energy of youth," he implored, "but I possess a depth of understanding and a commitment that only comes with age." He spoke from his heart, believing that sincerity would bridge the gap between them. Yet she regarded him with a dispassionate gaze, her laughter ringing hollow, a painful reminder of the chasm that separated their worlds. Her disdain shattered him, leaving shards of humiliation scattered across the landscape of his mind. Days transformed into weeks of torment. He tried to convince himself that this was merely a test, a trial to gauge his resilience and patience. Perhaps, he thought, if he remained steadfast, she would one day acknowledge his efforts, recognizing the worth of the love he offered. But with each disparaging comment, he spiraled further into a pit of inadequacy, an abyss from which he feared he could not escape. For those who have experienced the kind of love that blinds us to reality, it's easy to judge his decision to remain in such a relationship. Yet, those who have tasted profound affection understand the paradox. Love can lead us to endure what we would otherwise reject outright. He found himself tethered not just to her youth, but to the need for validation from someone who failed to see beyond the superficial. After yet another confrontation, when her words left him reeling and utterly diminished, he reached a breaking point. One night, standing before his mirror, he confronted the reflection of a 70-year-old man, marked by time and experience. In that moment of clarity, he recognized the traces of her own suffering, the complexity hidden behind her youthful facade, and it struck him. He had to learn to love himself more fiercely. No longer could he live in the shadow of someone who could not accept him as he was. He resolved to meet her with a newfound strength, to communicate not just his feelings, but to reclaim his dignity. "This ends here. I deserve more than what you offer," he declared, his voice steady despite the tumult within. Her surprise was palpable, a flicker of astonishment crossing her features, as if she had never anticipated that he could wield such courage. That conversation, fraught with tension yet liberating, marked a turning point. In those moments he felt the flicker of his former self emerge, not as a fragile old man, but as a wise soul who had traversed the trials of existence. He reflected upon the years he had lived, the lessons learned, and the inherent value he possessed. Each wrinkle told a story. Each gray hair was the badge of honor, a testament to resilience. As he stepped outside, shedding the weight of that relationship, he was met by a rush of fresh air. For the first time in months, he felt unburdened, buoyed by a sense of liberation that washed over him. He understood that acceptance does not require external validation, especially from those who only see the surface. He was free to embrace his identity, defined not by the whims of a younger partner, but by his intrinsic worth. The subsequent days were filled with challenges as he navigated the unfamiliar terrain of singlehood. Yet, he found solace in his own company, rediscovering passions forgotten in the shadows of unrequited love. Old hobbies rekindled, friendships renewed, and dreams that had lain dormant awakened once more. He came to realize that his value was not tethered to the approval of a young woman, but rooted in the quiet confidence he felt when gazing into the mirror. With each passing day, he embraced the wisdom that came with age, recognizing that not all youth is worthy of the sacrifices of dignity. True love, he learned, is one that respects the person as a whole, transcending the superficial barriers of age and appearance. In this journey of self-discovery, he understood that his self-respect was the foundation upon which he could rebuild his life. Embracing the lessons of the past, he began to cultivate a sense of empowerment that flourished within him. The narrative he once adhered to shifted, allowing him to reclaim his place in the world, not as a relic of his past, but a vibrant individual capable of love and growth. For those who have faced similar crossroads later in life, his story serves as a poignant reminder. Love may be found, but it must not come at the cost of inner peace and self-worth. Only those who have weathered the storms of existence comprehend the true essence of dignity, knowing that resilience transforms each line etched on their faces into reflections of wisdom. As he continued his journey, he found clarity in the lessons learned. To love oneself is paramount, to honor one's experiences is essential, and to seek validation from those who cannot see beyond the surface is a path fraught with pain. Embracing this newfound understanding, he ventured forth into the world, no longer seeking approval, but rather living fully in the riches of his own life, an existence defined by authenticity and self-love. If you find resonance in this tale, if it sparks a flicker of understanding within you, consider subscribing to my channel for more narratives that explore the depths of human experience. Each story is a thread in the tapestry of life, and together we can unravel the lessons they offer. Have you ever questioned the worth of your own existence in a world that seems to thrive on superficiality? Do you believe that love, in all its forms, should be a battlefield rather than a sanctuary? What if the key to eternal youth and vitality lies hidden in the wisdom of nature, waiting to be unveiled? If these thoughts resonate with you, then settle in, for a transformative journey awaits. In the stillness of dawn, as the first rays of sunlight kissed the mountains of Yunnan, a woman named May stirred from slumber at the ripe age of 85. Her spirit, unfettered by the passage of time, danced with a youthful vigor that belied her years. She rose gracefully from her futon mattress, her movements a testament to the vitality she had cultivated over decades. Approaching the window, she gazed out at the breathtaking vista, where the horizon was painted in hues of gold and crimson, a glorious welcome to a new day. For 60 years, this Buddhist monastery had been her refuge, a sacred space where she had not only sought answers, but also unearthed the secrets of eternal youth and longevity. As she stood there, a smile graced her lips, recalling the moment she had arrived at this tranquil haven as a 25-year-old, a young woman yearning for peace and understanding. Little did she know then that her journey would lead her to profound revelations about herself and the world around her. This morning, as the monastery stirred to life, May contemplated her granddaughter Rosie, who was making her way from the bustling city of Shanghai. Rosie had just turned 30, and her letters were tinged with a sense of confusion and fatigue, a reflection of the relentless pace of modern life. May sensed that the time had come to impart the wisdom she had gathered over the years, to share the treasures of knowledge that could illuminate Rosie's path. After her morning meditation, a ritual that centered her spirit and focused her mind, May ventured into the monastery's garden. Surrounded by vibrant flowers and ancient trees, she felt a deep connection to the earth beneath her feet. It was here that 7 sacred plants, each with the potential to change lives, thrived. As she collected their fresh leaves and roots, memories of a story once shared by Master Shen flooded her mind, a tale that had irrevocably altered her perspective on life and her place within it. Master Shen, a monk with a vitality that belied his century-long existence, had once revealed to her the secret of the 7 sacred plants beneath the light of a full moon. These plants, he had said, his voice resonating with age and wisdom, are gifts from nature, a direct link to the fundamental energy of the universe. But he cautioned that their true power lay not merely in their physical properties, but in the way they were nurtured, prepared, and consumed. Reflecting on those words, May could hardly believe how far she had come. Initially skeptical, she had gradually learned to cultivate and utilize each plant, experiencing remarkable transformations along the way. Her body had grown stronger, more agile, her mind sharper, filled with clarity, and her spirit, once restless, now radiated a profound sense of tranquility. As she returned to her cozy home with her morning harvest, she felt a sense of purpose wash over her. Today, she would pass on this invaluable knowledge to Rosie. As May prepared a refreshing infusion from the first of the sacred plants, she heard the familiar sound of a taxi crunching along the gravel road. Stepping outside, her heart swelled with warmth as she greeted her granddaughter, who emerged from the vehicle looking weary, dark circles framing her eyes like shadows of worry. "Grandma!" Rosie exclaimed, her voice a mix of surprise and delight as she enveloped May in a tight embrace. "I can't believe how well you look. What's your secret?" A mysterious smile crept across May's face. "Come in, dear. I have a story to tell you, one that is woven into the fabric of 7 treasures I wish to share." Once inside, May brewed 2 cups of a vibrant green infusion. "This," she began, her eyes sparkling with affection, "is the first of the 7 sacred plants known as gotu kola, or the herb of longevity." Rosie leaned in, curiosity flickering in her gaze. "What makes gotu kola so special?" she inquired, her interest piqued. "In Ayurvedic tradition, it is revered as the herb of enlightenment," May explained, her voice steady with conviction. "For centuries, Buddhist monks have employed it to deepen meditation and enhance mental clarity, but its gifts extend far beyond that." As Rosie savored the slightly bitter yet invigorating taste of the infusion, May elaborated, "Gotu kola is a powerful adaptogen, meaning it equips your body to handle stress effectively. It enhances circulation, particularly to the brain, thereby boosting memory and concentration. Moreover, it is a boon for the skin, promoting collagen production and reducing the appearance of wrinkles and blemishes." Rosie listened intently, her intrigue growing with every word. "How can I incorporate this into my life?" she asked eagerly. "It's quite simple," May replied. "You can enjoy it as a tea, as we are doing now, or incorporate fresh leaves into salads and smoothies. There are also capsule supplements available, but I always recommend using fresh plants whenever possible." With a playful wink, she added, "And here's a little tip. You can create a facial tonic with gotu kola. Just brew a concentrated infusion, let it cool, and use it as a refreshing toner." In that moment, surrounded by the fragrant aroma of herbal tea and the gentle rustle of leaves outside, May felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She was not only sharing the knowledge that had fortified her life, but also instilling a sense of hope and renewal in Rosie. The bond between them, fortified by generations of wisdom, was becoming a bridge between the past and the future, a testament to the enduring power of love and resilience. As they sipped their tea, May couldn't help but reflect on the journey that had brought her here and the lessons learned along the way. With each sacred plant, they would explore the depths of understanding, unraveling the layers of existence and ultimately discovering the beauty that lay in the simplicity of nature and the profound connection that it nurtured within them. This was not merely a transmission of knowledge, it was a celebration of life itself, an awakening to the possibilities that awaited them both. Have you ever wondered if the secret to eternal youth lies in the depths of your garden? Or perhaps, is it possible that the answer to your skin woes and sleepless nights hides in the vibrant colors of nature? What if the elixirs of life are not bottled in laboratories, but rather flourish in the earth beneath our feet? The sun was setting, casting a golden hue over the lush garden, where the gentle rustle of leaves intertwined with the soft whispers of ancient wisdom. Rosa stood before her grandmother, May, who beckoned her closer with a knowing smile. The air was thick with the scent of blooming flowers, each fragrance a promise of rejuvenation. After cleansing your face, dear, you will notice how your skin begins to glow, May said, her voice as soothing as the balm of nature itself. Rosa instinctively brushed her fingertips across her cheeks, feeling the subtle emergence of fine lines that had begun to mar her youthful visage. "It sounds marvelous, Grandma," Rosa replied, a hint of skepticism lacing her tone. "But is it truly effective?" May's eyes sparkled with the light of countless stories untold. "Patience is the key, my dear. With time and consistent practice, you will witness changes. But remember, a year of commitment is merely the beginning of this transformative journey." With a graceful motion, she guided Rosu deeper into the garden, where vibrant greenery thrived under the caress of the setting sun. Stopping before a bush adorned with lush green leaves and clusters of bright red berries, May proclaimed, "Behold, the sacred goji berry. For centuries, monks have revered these little gems for their ability to enhance life force and extend longevity." Rosa, intrigued, plucked a berry from the bush and tasted it, savoring its sweet yet slightly tart flavor. Delicious," she exclaimed, her initial doubts fading like the daylight. "Indeed, the goji berries are remarkable," May explained, her enthusiasm contagious. "They are rich in antioxidants, particularly astaxanthin, which is immensely beneficial for eye health. Plus, they contain all essential amino acids, making them a complete source of protein. Most astonishingly, they can stimulate the natural production of growth hormones, helping to preserve youth." Rosa furrowed her brow. "Growth hormones, isn't that what some athletes misuse?" "Correct," Maria interjected, joining the conversation with a warm smile. "Synthetic growth hormones can be dangerous when misused, but goji berries safely and harmoniously stimulate your body's natural production. They help maintain muscle mass, reduce body fat, and enhance skin quality." "How can I incorporate them into my daily diet?" Rosa asked, her curiosity piqued. "Dried goji berries are perfect for snacking," Maria shared. "You can toss them into your oatmeal or yogurt for breakfast, or blend them into smoothies. One of my favorite ways to enjoy them is as goji tea. Just soak a handful of berries in hot water for a few minutes and voila, it's both delicious and nourishing." As Rosa gathered a handful of the berries, marveling at their vibrant hue, a question lingered on her lips. "Are there any side effects?" "Generally they are quite safe," Maria reassured her. "But like with any food, moderation is crucial. Some people may experience stomach discomfort if they consume too many at once. If you are taking medication for high blood pressure or diabetes, it's wise to consult with a doctor before adding them to your routine as they can interact with those medications. Continuing their stroll through the garden, Maria paused beside a plant with dark green leaves and delicate white bell-shaped flowers. This is the third sacred plant, ashwagandha, scientifically known as Withania somnifera, one of the cornerstones of Ayurvedic medicine. Rosa leaned in to inspect the leaves closer and scrunched her nose at the intense aroma. "Yes, I know." Maria chuckled, her laughter ringing like a gentle bell. In Sanskrit, it translates to smell of a horse. But don't let that deter you. Ashwagandha is a powerful adaptogen, capable of reducing stress and promoting longevity. "How does it work?" Rosa inquired, her interest ignited. "Ashwagandha helps your body cope with stress more effectively by lowering cortisol levels, the stress hormone. This can improve sleep quality, reduce anxiety, and boost energy levels." Rosa contemplated her sleepless nights and exhausting days at work. "That sounds exactly like what I need. And that's not all." Maria continued, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "Ashwagandha also possesses anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Some studies suggest it may enhance cognitive functions and even aid in the prevention of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's." "How can I use it?" Rosa pressed, eager to try. "The most common form is as a powder," Odvetila Maria. "You can mix a teaspoon into your tea, coffee, or morning smoothie. There are also convenient capsules for travel, but my favorite way is in golden milk." "Golden milk?" Rosa had never heard of such a thing. "It's a traditional drink in Ayurvedic medicine," explained Maria. "Heat a cup of plant-based milk with a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of ashwagandha powder, a pinch of black pepper, and add honey to taste. It's delicious and incredibly relaxing before bedtime." Rosa's imagination sparked at the thought of weaving this soothing beverage into her evening routine. "Is there anything I should keep in mind? As usual, it's best to start with small doses and gradually increase," warned Maria. "Some individuals may initially experience stomach discomfort, and if you are pregnant or nursing, it's best to avoid it or consult the doctor before use." They ambled on through the garden until they reached a serene pond where delicate pink flowers floated gracefully atop the water's surface. "This," said Maria, gesturing toward the blossoms, "is the fourth sacred plant, the sacred lotus or Nelombo nucifera." Rosa bent down to admire the flowers more closely. "They are stunning," she remarked. "But how can a flower possess healing properties?" "Ah," Maria smiled knowingly. "The lotus is not merely a beautiful flower. In Buddhism, it symbolizes purity and spiritual awakening, but its health benefits are equally astonishing. Every part of the lotus holds value. The seeds are rich in protein and minerals. The roots are staples in many Asian cuisines, but it's the leaves and flowers that boast the most potent healing properties." "What properties?" Rosa asked, intrigued. "The lotus is brimming with flavonoids and alkaloids that possess remarkable antioxidant and anti-aging effects," Maria explained. "It aids in improving circulation, which is beneficial for heart health. Additionally, it has relaxing properties that can help alleviate stress and enhance sleep quality." Rosa reflected on her struggles with sleep. "That sounds wonderful. How can I use it?" "A tasty option is lotus tea," Maria suggested. "You can use dried leaves or petals to make an infusion. It has a subtle sweet flavor, perfect for sipping before bedtime. The lotus seeds also make for a nutritious snack, whether enjoyed raw or lightly roasted. They are packed with protein and fiber, making them an excellent choice for weight management and stable blood sugar levels. The roots are incredibly versatile in cooking, she added, sliced thinly for a crunchy addition to salads or cooked in soups and stews. They are low in calories yet rich in fiber and vitamins. Rosa was astonished. She had never realized that the lotus had so many uses. And that's not all. Maria continued with a smile. In traditional Chinese medicine, extract from lotus leaves is used to create skin balms that effectively combat acne and other skin issues. Is there anything I should be cautious about? Rosa asked. In general, the lotus is safe, Maria assured her. But as with any herb, it's advisable to start with small portions to gauge your body's reaction. Moreover, if you are on high blood pressure medication or anticoagulants, consulting a doctor before consuming significant amounts of lotus is prudent, as it may interact with those medications. They continued their journey through the garden until they arrived at a small clearing in which grew a unique plant with bright green leaves and saturated purple flowers. This, said May, is the 5th sacred plant, sage, specifically red sage. Rosa stepped closer, captivated by the vibrant colors. Recognizing this as a variety of sage she had never encountered before. Each plant holds its own mysteries, she thought. The garden around her teeming with life, knowledge, and the timeless pursuit of health and well-being. The evening air was filled with the murmur of nature, as if echoing the wisdom of generations past, each leaf and petal a testament to the enduring connection between humanity and the earth. What if I told you that a humble herb could hold the key to a healthier heart and a longer life? Could the secret to wellness lie within a plant that has been revered for centuries in ancient medicine? Are you ready to unlock the mysteries hidden in your garden, perhaps even right outside your door? The sun filtered gently through the green leaves of the garden, casting dappled shadows on the ground as Mei Li and Rosa wandered through the enchanting array of plants. Rosa's curiosity was piqued when Mei Li, her knowledgeable guide, paused before a lush bush. This, she began, her voice imbued with reverences, is the remarkable melteris sage. It is no ordinary herb. It hails from the ancient soils of China, where it has been cherished for millennia in traditional Chinese medicine. Rosa leaned closer, captivated by the vibrant aromatic leaves. What makes it so unique? She inquired, her eyes sparkling with intrigue. Mei Li smiled knowingly, prepared to unveil the secrets of this botanical gem. Melteris sage is packed with extraordinary components, including tannins and salvionolic acids. These substances are celebrated for their potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Perhaps most astonishing is its ability to enhance blood circulation and protect the heart. How does it work? Rosa pressed, her interest deepening as she envisioned the potential benefits. Mei Li explained, Melteris sage promotes the dilation of blood vessels, allowing for improved blood flow throughout the body. This is particularly beneficial not only for the heart, but also for the brain. It helps prevent the formation of harmful blood clots and lowers levels of bad cholesterol. At that moment, a memory flickered in Rosa's mind. Her grandfather's battle with heart problems. It seems like it could have helped him, she remarked thoughtfully. Mei Li nodded with empathy. Many individuals utilize this herb for preventive care and treatment of cardiovascular diseases, but its benefits extend far beyond that. It has also been shown to support liver function, regulate blood sugar levels, and even boast neuroprotective properties that could assist in preventing conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Rosa was eager to learn more. "How can I incorporate it into my routine?" she asked. "The most common way is to brew it as a tea or an infusion," Mei Li replied, her eyes gleaming with enthusiasm. "You can use dried leaves to prepare a strong tea. Though it has a slightly bitter taste, a touch of honey can make it more palatable. Additionally, melteris sage is available in supplement form. Capsules or tinctures are convenient for travel, but I always recommend consulting a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement, especially if you are already on medication." Nodding, Rosa absorbed this information, considering how such knowledge could empower her health choices. "Are there any side effects I should be aware of?" she asked, her brow furrowed with concern. Mei Li responded, "In general, melteris sage is safe when used properly. However, it may interact with anticoagulants and medications for hypertension. Some women may experience increased bleeding during menstruation. Therefore, it's wise to start with the small doses and monitor your body's response." As they continued their stroll through the garden, Mei Li pointed to a shrub adorned with dark green leaves and tiny dark purple berries. "Ah, here is the sixth sacred plant, black elderberry or sambucos," she declared. Rosa observed the berries closely. "They look like blueberries," she noted, her curiosity growing. "Yes, they do resemble blueberries," Mei Li acknowledged, "but elderberry possesses exceptional qualities that make it one of the most powerful plants for enhancing the immune system and promoting longevity." "What qualities?" Rosa was eager to know. "Elderberry is incredibly rich in antioxidants," Mei Li explained. "It contains a wealth of flavonoids, particularly anthocyanins, which give it that deep color. These compounds are effective in combating cellular damage caused by free radicals, potentially slowing the aging process." Rosa listened intently, enchanted by the idea of nature providing a defense against the ravages of time. "But that's not all," Mei Li continued. "Elderberry is renowned for its antiviral properties. For centuries, it has been utilized to combat colds and flu, and modern research has confirmed its efficacy. Some studies indicate it may reduce the duration of cold and flu symptoms by several days." "Wow, that sounds incredible," Rosa exclaimed. "How can I use it?" Mei Li replied, "There are numerous ways to incorporate elderberry into your diet. Elderberry syrup is quite popular. It can be taken directly or added to tea or hot water at the first signs of a cold. However, fresh berries should not be consumed raw, as they can cause digestive issues. Once cooked, they can be delightful in jams, pies, or even as sauces for main dishes. You can also find elderberry supplements in capsule or gummy form, which are convenient for daily immune support, especially during cold season." Rosa nodded thoughtfully, imagining how beneficial it would be to have such a remedy on hand during long work days, surrounded by colleagues battling sniffles. "Is there anything else I should know?" she queried. "Elderberry is generally safe," Mei Li noted, "but as always, it's important not to consume it in excessive amounts, as it may lead to nausea or stomach discomfort. If you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or taking immunosuppressants, it's wise to consult a physician before regular use." Finally, they arrived at a shaded corner of the garden where a plant with glossy, bright green leaves stood tall. Mei Li's eyes sparkled as she announced, "This, my dear Rosa, is the seventh and final sacred plant, ginkgo biloba." Rosa gazed at the fan-shaped leaves, her surprise evident. I've seen these trees in city parks, but I never knew they had medicinal properties. Ginkgo is one of the oldest living tree species on the planet," Mei Li remarked, her voice laced with awe. "It has existed for over 200 million years and has been employed in traditional Chinese medicine for thousands of years. It is often referred to as the tree of memory due to its remarkable effects on cognitive function." "What effects?" Rosa asked, now thoroughly intrigued. "Ginkgo is known for its ability to enhance circulation, particularly to the brain," Mei Li explained. "This can aid in improving memory, attention, and mental clarity. Some studies suggest it may be beneficial in preventing or slowing conditions such as Alzheimer's disease." Rosa thought of her grandparents and how she longed to help them maintain their mental acuity. "That sounds wonderful," she exclaimed. "How does it work?" "Ginkgo contains powerful antioxidants such as flavonoids and terpenoids," Mei Li elaborated. "These compounds protect brain cells from damage caused by oxidation. Additionally, ginkgo promotes microcirculation, allowing more blood and oxygen to reach brain cells." Before continuing their exploration, Mei Li encouraged, "Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you enjoy the video, and consider subscribing to my channel for the best tips on attracting abundance and prosperity into your life." "Let's keep going," she said, her enthusiasm infectious. "But its benefits are not limited to the brain," she added. "Ginkgo can also improve circulation throughout the body, positively impacting cardiovascular health. Some research indicates it may alleviate symptoms of chronic venous insufficiency, such as leg swelling or pain." Rosa was genuinely impressed. "How should I take it?" "The most common method of consuming ginkgo is through supplements," Mei Li replied. "You can find standardized capsules or tablets in many health food stores. The recommended dosage usually ranges from 120 to 240 milligrams per day, divided into 2 or 3 doses. You can also brew tea from dried ginkgo leaves," she added cheerfully. "Its taste is mild and slightly sweet. Some individuals enjoy adding a touch of honey or lemon to enhance the flavor." She smiled as she continued, "An interesting way to use ginkgo in culinary dishes is in gourmet restaurants, where the leaves are used to wrap and prepare fish or meat, imparting a delicate and unique flavor." Rosa nodded, fascinated by the possibilities this ancient plant presented. The garden was no longer just a collection of plants. It had transformed into a treasure trove of knowledge, each herb whispering secrets of health and vitality. With her mind buzzing with ideas and her heart full of hope, she realized that this journey was just beginning. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to defy aging with ease, while others struggle against the relentless march of time? What if the secret to vitality lies not just in genetics, but in the plants that surround us? And could it be that the wisdom of our ancestors holds the key to a healthier, longer life? In a world buzzing with distractions and stress, how do we reconnect with the roots of true well-being? Is there anything we should be cautious about?" Raza asked, her curiosity piqued by the conversation swirling around her. Maria, her grandmother, with an aura of serene wisdom, responded, "Ginkgo is generally safe for most people. However, it can interact with certain medications, especially anticoagulants and antidepressants. Moreover, it may increase the risk of bleeding, so it's advisable to avoid it before surgical procedures. As always, it's crucial to consult a physician before embarking on any new supplement regimen." Maria's eyes sparkled with warmth as she gazed at Raza, her beloved granddaughter. These 7 sacred plants have been my allies in preserving youth and extending my years. The weight of her words hung in the air, imbued with a sense of timelessness. But remember, Raza, these plants are merely tools. The true essence of Buddhist wisdom reveals that health and longevity stem from our way of living. Raza nodded, feeling a surge of inspiration as the information sank in. "What more can I do, Grandma?" she asked, her voice tinged with eagerness. Maria smiled knowingly. Meditation, regular physical activity, balanced nutrition, and nurturing relationships are all essential components of a healthy life. She paused, allowing her words to resonate within Raza. These plants are powerful, but their effects are amplified when combined with a healthy lifestyle and a positive mindset. With a twinkle in her eye, Maria suggested, "Now, let's prepare a special dinner utilizing some of these plants. I'll show you how to incorporate them into your daily life in a delicious and practical way." As they made their way to the cozy kitchen of the monastery, Raza felt a renewed sense of purpose and enthusiasm. In this tranquil space, she realized that this wisdom could not only transform her life, but also benefit countless others in the bustling modern world she had come from. Entering the kitchen, Maria turned to Raza, her voice soft and inviting. "Do you think I could share this knowledge with my friends in Shanghai? Many of them also struggle with stress and fatigue, much like I do." Maria's gentle smile illuminated the room. "Of course, my dear. Knowledge is like light. You can ignite many other lamps without extinguishing your own. In fact, sharing this wisdom is one of our responsibilities. But remember, each person is unique and must find their own path. What works for you may not have the same effect on someone else." Raza nodded, absorbing the depth of her grandmother's words. As Maria began to gather ingredients from the pantry, Raza realized that she was embarking on a journey of exploration in the kitchen and in well-being, one that would forever alter the course of her life. "All right," Maria said, laying out an array of fresh herbs and vegetables on the kitchen counter. "Let's prepare a dinner featuring some of our sacred plants. It will be nourishing, delicious, and full of life energy." Raza watched in awe as her grandmother skillfully prepped the ingredients. "What are we making, Grandma?" she inquired, anticipation dancing in her voice. "We will create 3 dishes," Maria replied, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "A comforting soup made from lotus root and goji berries, a salad of gotu kola with elderflower dressing, and a ginkgo tea infused with salvia and miltia to accompany our meal." As they chopped and stirred, Maria filled Raza's mind with a treasure trove of advice and knowledge. "Remember, Raza," she emphasized, carefully slicing the leaves of gotu kola, "to truly harness the power of these plants, consistency and intention are vital. It's not enough to consume them sporadically. You must weave them into your daily practice with mindfulness and gratitude." Raza absorbed every word, yet a thought nagged at her. "How can I do that in my bustling city life?" Maria smiled, as if she had anticipated the question. "It's simpler than you think. You can start your mornings with a cup of ginkgo tea while reflecting on or planning your day. Grab goji berries as a snack at the office, add gotu kola to your lunches, and wind down with a turmeric drink infused with ashwagandha before bed." As the lotus root and goji soup simmered on the stove, filling the kitchen with a warm and inviting aroma, Maria continued, "Establishing rituals is important. Every time you cook or consume these plants, take a moment to express gratitude for their healing energy. This practice not only helps you maintain consistency, but also enhances the benefits you derive from them. Raza listened intently, mixing the elderflower dressing for the salad. "What about exercise and meditation?" she asked, eager to learn more. "You said they are important too." "Absolutely," Maria confirmed, her voice steady. "These plants possess remarkable properties, but their benefits are magnified when complemented by a healthy lifestyle. Staying physically active, even if it's just a 30-minute walk each day, can yield tremendous benefits for both your physical and mental health. Meditation, in fact, is the foundation of it all." Taking a moment to taste the broth and adjust the seasonings, Maria paused before elaborating. Meditation doesn't need to be complicated. You could start by carving out just 5 minutes a day for mindfulness practice. Sit in silence, focus on your breath, and let your thoughts flow without judgment. Over time, you'll find that this practice helps you manage stress and maintain mental clarity even on the busiest of days. As she set the table, Raza marveled at the vibrant colors and enticing aromas that enveloped the space. "This looks fantastic, Grandma. Can I really prepare such meals at home?" "Of course," Maria replied, her smile radiating warmth. "Cooking healthy meals doesn't have to be complicated or boring. It's about experimenting and discovering combinations that you enjoy. Soon, preparing these ingredients will feel as natural as breathing." Seated at the table to savor their meal, Raza took her first sip of the lotus root broth with goji berries. The flavors were rich and comforting, with a subtle sweetness from the berries perfectly balancing the earthy taste of the lotus root. "This is incredibly delicious," she exclaimed, her eyes wide with delight. "I never imagined something so wholesome could taste this good." Maria beamed with satisfaction. Nutrition acts as medicine, but it should also be a source of pleasure. When you truly enjoy what you consume, your body absorbs it more effectively. As they relished their meal, Maria offered further suggestions on how Raza could incorporate these plants into her urban routine. For those busy days, she suggested, you could whip up a smoothie in the morning with gotu kola, goji berries, and a pinch of ashwagandha. It's a great way to kickstart your day with energy and clarity. Raza nodded, mentally noting the information. "And what about stress at work? Sometimes it feels overwhelming." "For that, a tea made from salvia and miltia could be quite helpful," Maria replied. "You can take it in a thermos to work and sip on it throughout the day. It will help you remain calm and focused, even during the toughest moments." Enjoying the salad of gotu kola with elderflower dressing, Maria continued, "And don't underestimate the value of rest. A cup of lotus tea before bed can help you unwind and prepare for restorative sleep." Raza savored the salad, relishing the crispness of the gotu kola leaves and the sweet sour notes of the elderflower dressing. "This all sounds amazing, Grandma, but how can I be sure I'm using these plants correctly?" Maria nodded, recognizing the concern in her granddaughter's voice. "That's a very important question, Raza. The key is to start gradually and pay attention to the signals your body sends you. Begin with small doses of each plant and assess how you feel. If you experience any negative effects, reduce the quantity or discontinue use altogether." She leaned in, her voice softening. "It's also crucial to have a conversation with your doctor before starting any new regimen, especially if you're taking medications. Some of these herbs can interact with certain drugs. In the heart of the kitchen, amidst the aromas of herbs and vegetables, Raza realized that she was not just learning to cook, she was embarking on a journey of mindfulness and healing, guided by the loving wisdom of her grandmother. Each meal was not just food, but a step toward a life enriched with health, vitality, and connection to the world around her. And as they shared this moment together, Raza understood that the legacy of these sacred plants would continue to bloom through her, just as it had for Maria, illuminating the path for generations to come. What if the secret to lasting youth and vitality lay hidden in nature's embrace? Could a simple cup of herbal tea hold the key to transforming your hectic city life into a sanctuary of peace? And what if wisdom passed down through generations could illuminate your path, guiding you toward a healthier existence? As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm golden hue over the tranquil landscape, Rosa felt the gentle hum of energy course through her veins. The serenity of the moment was almost palpable as she and her grandmother, Maria, savored fragrant tea brewed from the leaves of ginkgo and sage. This exquisite blend was more than just a drink. It was the embodiment of ancestral wisdom, a testament to the healing properties of nature. Rosa's heart swelled with gratitude as she turned to her grandmother, the matriarch who had bestowed upon her countless lessons. "Thank you, Grandma," she said, her voice laced with emotion. "I am so grateful for all the wisdom you've shared with me." Maria's eyes sparkled with understanding, and she smiled knowingly. "Transformation doesn't happen overnight, my dear," she replied, her gentle voice echoing the wisdom of ages. "It is a journey, a gradual unfolding that takes time. The key is to begin and to be kind to yourself along the way. Start with one herb at a time. Perhaps add ginseng to your salads or smoothies. Once you feel comfortable, introduce another plant into your daily life. In time, you'll cultivate new habits." Rosa nodded, feeling a wave of optimism wash over her. "What about meditation and physical activity?" she inquired, her curiosity piqued. "Ah, that's no different," Maria responded with a nurturing smile. "Begin with just 5 minutes of meditation each day. You can even do it on the subway on your way to work if need be. As for physical activity, a mere 10-minute walk during your lunch break can yield remarkable benefits." As they savored the last sips of tea, Maria delicately held Rosa's hands, imparting a gentle reminder. "Remember, my dear, true wisdom lies not just in knowledge, but in its application. These plants are invaluable tools, but real transformation comes from how you choose to use them and how you decide to live your life." This profound insight brought tears of gratitude to Rosa's eyes. "Thank you, Grandma. I feel as if you've gifted me with an invaluable treasure." Maria's smile radiated warmth. "The greatest gift you can give me is to witness your growth and see how you share this wisdom with others. Each person you help to lead a healthier, fuller life becomes an additional light in the world." That night, as Rosa prepared for sleep in her cozy room at the monastery, a deep sense of peace and determination washed over her. She realized that the path ahead would not be easy, yet she felt a burgeoning enthusiasm for the changes she could enact, not only in her own life, but in the lives of those around her. As she lay down, Rosa made a silent vow to carry forth the wisdom inherited from her grandmother, treating the 7 sacred plants not merely as a personal elixir for youth and longevity, but as a gift to share with the world. The following morning, awakening to the first rays of sunlight, Rosa was astonished at how refreshed and invigorated she felt. something she hadn't experienced in years. She hurried to the window, eager to drink in the beauty of the dawn unfolding over the mountains, just as she had observed her grandmother doing the previous day. Maria was already in the garden, gathering fresh herbs for breakfast. Spotting her granddaughter, she waved, inviting her to join. "Good morning, my dear," Maria exclaimed, her smile brightening the morning air. "How do you feel today?" "Incredible," Rosa replied with honesty, her heart brimming with excitement. "I can hardly believe how different I feel after just one day." Maria nodded with satisfaction, her wisdom evident in her demeanor. The power of these plants, coupled with proper nutrition and a serene environment, can yield astonishing results. However, remember that the true challenge will come when you return to city life. As they worked together collecting herbs, Maria offered Rosa a few final pieces of advice. "When you return home," she said thoughtfully, "I recommend creating a small oasis of tranquility in your apartment. It could be as simple as a table adorned with some of these plants and a cushion for meditation. This space will serve as a reminder of your goals, a sanctuary amidst the urban chaos." Rosa could already envision how she might transform her cozy apartment into a haven. Moreover, Maria continued, "I suggest starting a journal. Record your emotions each day, the plants you used, and how your body responded. This will help you stay focused and adapt your practice as needed." As they prepared breakfast together, Rosa marveled at the wealth of knowledge she had acquired in such a short span, not just about healing herbs, but about the importance of living intentionally and fully. "Grandma," Rosa said as they sat down at the table, "how can I express my gratitude for all of this?" Maria smiled lovingly. "The most effective way to show me your appreciation is to live life fully and share this knowledge with others. Remember, true wisdom is meant not only for personal gain, but for the benefit of all beings." After finishing breakfast, as Rosa prepared to return to Shanghai, Maria presented her with a small gift. "I brought you some of the 7 sacred plants," she said, a twinkle in her eye. "There's enough for you to begin your new practice, and don't forget, you can call or write to me if you have any questions." Rosa enveloped her grandmother in a warm embrace, feeling a blend of gratitude and resolve. She understood that the path ahead would present challenges, but she was ready to face them. As the taxi pulled away from the monastery, Rosa glanced back through the rear window and saw Maria standing at the entrance, strong and vibrant as ever. In that moment, Rosa realized she carried with her far more than just a few herbs. She bore a fresh perspective on life, health, and the aging process. Upon returning to Shanghai, Rosa was struck by how much had changed. The frenetic pace of the city, which had once drained her energy, now appeared as an opportunity to practice mindfulness. The tiny balcony of her apartment, a space she had previously overlooked, transformed into her little garden of herbs. Over the following weeks and months, Rosa gradually integrated the 7 sacred plants into her daily routine. Every morning began with a brief meditation session, followed by a smoothie made from gotu kola and goji berries. During her lunch breaks, she strolled through the park, practicing mindful breathing. Each evening, she unwound with a cup of lotus tea before drifting off to sleep. Her colleagues soon noticed the transformation. Rosa appeared more serene and focused, her skin radiating health. When asked about her secret, she enthusiastically shared the wisdom she had gleaned from her grandmother. In time, Rosa evolved into a wellness expert within her workplace, organizing meditation sessions during breaks and sharing nutritious recipes with her co-workers. She even managed to persuade her boss to create a small herb garden on the rooftop of the building. A year after her visit to the monastery, Rosa received a call from her grandmother. "Rosa, dear," Maria began, her voice warm with affection, "I've been pondering something. Would you like to collaborate with me on a book about the 7 sacred plants and the Buddhist wisdom related to health and longevity?" A profound joy flooded Rosa's heart, filling her with a sense of purpose. "I would love that, Grandma. I'm sure this information will benefit many people." Thus, Rosa embarked on a new journey, intertwining her grandmother's traditional wisdom with her own experiences in the modern world. The book they co-authored became a bestseller, touching countless lives and guiding individuals toward balance and vitality in their bustling lives. As Rosa meditated on her own journey, she realized she had discovered far more than an elixir of youth and longevity. She had found a way to live with intention, mindfulness, and harmony with nature and others. In this way, the knowledge of the 7 sacred plants continued to grow, influencing people's lives and transforming the world one individual at a time. Rosa understood that she was not just sharing information, she was weaving a tapestry of hope, healing, and connection that would resonate far beyond her own experience. What if the secrets to a fulfilled life lie within the leaves of 7 sacred plants? Have you ever pondered how the wisdom of the ancients can be harnessed to navigate the complexities of modern existence? Can something as simple as a green companion transform not just your space, but your very essence? As the sun dipped below the horizon of Shanghai, casting a golden hue across the bustling cityscape, Rosa leaned against the cool glass of her apartment window. The vibrant colors of dusk painted the skyline, a breathtaking reminder of the day's end and the promise of a new beginning. In that fleeting moment, she felt a stirring within, a blend of nostalgia and anticipation. She smiled, her heart swelling with the warmth of cherished memories, particularly the wisdom imparted by her grandmother. Her grandmother had always spoken of the 7 sacred plants, each a vessel of ancient knowledge and healing. These weren't mere botanical specimens. They were guardians of spiritual truths, capable of enriching one's life in ways that transcended the mundane. Rosa knew that as she traversed the winding path of her own existence, these plants would remain with her, silent yet powerful allies in her quest for growth and understanding. Life had a way of presenting challenges, often wrapped in the guise of uncertainty and fear. But with the wisdom of those sacred plants nestled in her heart, Rosa felt an unshakable confidence. She believed they would guide her through whatever trials the future might unfold. It was a comforting thought, knowing she was never truly alone. And now, in this ephemeral twilight, she posed a question to herself. Which of those 7 plants resonated most deeply within her soul? Was it the resilient sage, with its earthy aroma that spoke of protection and clarity? Or perhaps the delicate yet potent lavender, embodying calmness and serenity? In that moment, the possibilities danced like fireflies in the dusk, each plant whispering its unique allure. As she contemplated, Rosa was reminded of the ripples that such explorations could create, not just for herself, but for those around her. What if others could also tap into this ancient wisdom? What if they too could explore ways to enrich their lives and the lives of those they love? The thought ignited a spark of curiosity, compelling her to share her journey with the world. Join me, she wanted to declare, inviting all who would listen into this vibrant exploration of life's mysteries. Let's embark on an adventure through the lens of wisdom, rooted in nature's embrace. The excitement bubbled within her, and she envisioned a community of kindred spirits, all eager to discover the transformative power of these sacred plants. And as her reflections continued, she thought of the next chapter, 9 remarkable plants known for attracting positive energy. What secrets did they hold? How could these living beings shift the very atmosphere of her home, infusing it with harmony and abundance? The allure of such knowledge was irresistible, promising not just enhancement of her surroundings, but also an elevation of her well-being. Rosa felt a thrill at the thought of sharing all this with her audience, inviting them to embark on their own odyssey of discovery. She could already envision the comments below her video, a tapestry of experiences and insights woven together by a shared quest for better living. The anticipation was palpable, a magnetic pull urging her to reach out into the digital world, urging others to subscribe to her channel and join the unfolding narrative. In that bustling city of Shanghai, amidst the fading light, Rosa was not just a solitary figure. She was a beacon, ready to illuminate the path for others, armed with the wisdom of the ages and a heart full of love. As the night fell, she knew that this was merely the beginning of a much grander journey, one that would intertwine her fate with the legacies of the 7 sacred plants and beyond. Thank you for your attention, my dear viewer. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, like, and share this video with others. See you in the next video.